Alright guys, we are currently installing GrapheneOS on a Pixel 9 Pro XL. I went ahead and enabled the developer options and the OEM unlocking. It's easily done in your settings if you just go to the About Phone, scroll all the way down and click that 7 times. And then in the developer menu, it'll give you the option for OEM unlocking. So I've rebooted the phone, held the power button and the down volume button, and now we're on the Graphene website. We're using the web installer. Surprisingly, it looks like I'm not going to have any issue. I just had to install Chromium natively on CacheOS. But we're going to unlock the bootloader here. Okay. Oh, hold on. I have to accept it on the phone. Unlock the bootloader. Okay. Alright, now we restarted. Okay, so then we have to obtain the factory images. Just to check on the device, it'll say device state, and it does say unlocked, so we're good there. And the obtaining factory images will depend on your internet speed, so, you know, it might take a while, but it's solely dependent on your internet speed. So, looks like that's about to be almost done. Perfect. Alright, and then now we're going to go ahead and flash the image. So in this part, you don't have to touch the phone at all. It'll actually go ahead and restart the phone for you and install the image. Perfect. It actually looks like it's restarted a few times now, which is fine. Just, you know, let it do its thing. And then once this is finished, the only thing we have left to do is locking the bootloader, which won't take long. This is pretty much the easiest install I've ever seen of, you know, a third-party OS. Like even back in the day, some of the jailbreaking on certain iPhones. I know eventually I got to the point where you could do it from the browser on the actual phone, but it was a tethered jailbreak. So when you'd restart the device, you'd have to re-jailbreak it. But it's crazy how far that, you know, we've come, and obviously that's, you know, that's different. That's iOS. But you know, big props to the GrapheneOS team. This is a phenomenal project, and you know, I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything, but all the props to them. Like realistically, all the props to them. In a day and age of everything spying on you, including, you know, even your smart TV. You know, they're making the speakers in the phone microphones. That's a real thing. Ask any electrical engineer. But it's just nice to see an organization focus on security and privacy. Like, it's so refreshing in this day and age. You know, mass surveillance and everything else that's going on in this world. It's nice that there's a company that actually cares about the consumer. Um, Oh, also another thing is they Graphene OS, the Graphene OS team. I know that the United States, certain states are pushing for age verification on operating systems, and I know that a lot of I mean, obviously Windows and Mac are going to do it. But a lot of the Linux distributions were saying, you know, no. I know a few folded. I think I believe Ubuntu folded, and possibly Debian. But I know that, you know, and that's just a guise. Protecting the kids as a guise for, well, surveilling you, connecting your online accounts with a physical ID. Um, but it's nice to know that GrapheneOS, you know, they refused that. They just said, fine, then, you know, our phones aren't going to be sold in areas where that that exist. Like they didn't compromise, and that's that's really honorable, especially in today's day and age when it comes to data security and your privacy. But we're almost done writing this, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Looks like it's almost done here. All right, we flashed it. We flashed it here, fellas. Let's go ahead and lock the bootloader. All right, now on the phone, you just have to use the arrow keys to lock the bootloader, and then click the power button again. And then the phone should reboot itself. All right, fellas, the phone is rebooted. We're going to go ahead and start. This is the first initial boot. Okay. All right, we got your device is loading a different operating system. We got Graphene, or Google, rather. Bam, boys, we're on Graphene. So it's really as simple as that. I mean, the install did not take that long. I know that you keep seeing me like in the bottom. That's why the angles are so weird here. But yeah. So Graphene's already installed on this. It took, I don't know, 10 minutes max. Video's probably less than that, probably 5 minutes. Especially if you have fast internet, this doesn't take long at all. I'd highly recommend it. Welcome to GrapheneOS. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. If you guys have any questions or anything, make sure to drop them down in the comments. Stay safe and care about your security. Care about your data privacy, care about your security. Don't make yourself an easy target. Stay safe, guys. Also, Molbad's the best VPN. I'm not sponsored. Yeah. Stay safe. Protect your data. Have a great day. Thanks for watching to the end.